Here we go again.
Au contraire, Mr. O'Connell, The Strangers Chapter 2 isn't like Chapter 1 that's a shot-for-shot remake of the original Strangers. Chapter 2 has nothing to do with The Strangers Prey at Night. Chapter 2 takes place right after Chapter 1, and we follow our main girl in a hospital and she tries to survive her killers after they find out she survived the attack. And that's the whole movie. Thanks for stopping by.
That's it?
Okay, I guess I could go a little more into detail and really tear this movie a new one, because I got a lot to say. Let's get pointlessly spooky. This is going to be a rough one. The movie starts with a guy getting killed by the Scarecrow with an axe, and then we get some text on the screen talking about violent crimes.
Wait a minute!
This is the same intro from the first movie. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the exact same guy in a suit and they just shot the same scene a few times and used one from that movie and a different one for this movie.
That's not a good start, but keep going.
So the real movie opens with our hot Ginger waking up in the hospital. She is told that her guy that looks like a mix of Rob Stark and Freddie Mercury, I mean, seriously, look at these pics. You can't convince me that this guy wasn't chosen because he looks like other celebrities. Anyways, she lost her nightly singer and she has a good old cry about it. Seriously, lady, it happened like last night. Get over yourself. She gets interviewed by the cops and she mentions a red truck and they give a very suspicious look at each other. The rookie starts talking about how they've heard about this before, but the sheriff shuts him up quickly. Geez, if that wasn't bad enough, the guy playing the sheriff is Richard Brake of all people.
They call me Doomhead. Now, I don't call myself Doomhead, mind you, but they do.
Seriously, has this guy ever played a good guy or a trustworthy guy? I don't know. We jump to the cops talking about the case at the diner, and one of the waitresses is asking about the murdered couple because everybody wants to know. And they say only one of them died, the girl is still alive and kicking at the hospital. And a few people at the diner give a shocked look at each other. Okay, I guess they are the killers. I never got the impression of the Strangers movies being a whodunit, because the cast is always super small, so the reveal of the villains is never gonna mean anything. So this obvious, oh shit, we gotta clean up our mess scene that we get is like a hollow or a mistake, I don't know. And then we get a flashback of the waitress, the hot one I mentioned from my review of the first movie. You can check that out if you missed it, and also feel free to subscribe to 7 Feet Under, cause we back, baby. So we get a flashback of Dollface as a kid. Do I give a shit? No. Does anyone else give a shit? I highly doubt it. This kind of reminds me of the backstories of the demons in Demon Slayer. I'm sure superfans of the show are gonna hate me for this, but I really don't care that much about the backstories of the villains, especially mid-fight. Storytelling wise, it just seems like it's being told in the wrong order. I like the demons as demons, not in their former lives as humans, and I don't like the masked villains in The Strangers before they were masked villains. We see that she was bullied as a kid, and that was the start of her becoming a serial killer. Kinda sounds familiar. Yeah, this movie fucking wishes that it was as good as Rob Zombie's Halloween. I know that's a hot topic of discussion, and I'd agree that the movie is shit if you saw the director's cut. The theatrical is way better. But back to chapter 2. A nurse visits our Ginger and she asks about the killers, who asked, is Tamara there? The nurse tells her that it's a local ghost story and then goes out for a smoke, and then 2 scene cuts later, we see blood on the window indicating that she got killed.
Whippy!
Nothing like the first kill of the main story being off screen to set your expectations of what kind of shit show you're in for. Let's keep going. She is texting her sister, who tells her that she sent an EMT to pick her up and transfer her to another hospital for safety. She then gets a call asking, is Tamara there? Yeah, I get that this is supposed to be a spooky moment, but how the fuck did the killers get her number? Also, why would they even bother? They thought they killed her. Does one of them work at the hospital? I mean, maybe. She hears someone calling for help outside of her room and then gets got. She rolls her red-haired beaver out of bed and bolts. She goes for the door, but it's locked and the lights go out. Wow, these killers are really organized. She also has no service on her phone. Do they carry around cell phone jammers or something, or did they take out a cell phone tower? Honestly, who knows at this point. She gets herself inside a dumbwaiter and goes down to a lower floor, right as Scarecrow and Dollface were on her tail. She bolts out of the dumbwaiter and leaves her phone in there, cause, you know, it's her only possession and the one thing she was holding in her hands. Obviously, she would accidentally leave it behind.
What is this, amateur hour?
She walks around for like 5 seconds, and the Scarecrow finds her and is in full sprint. It's nice seeing killers like this running and everything, and this poor girl is running for her life, but...
Jeez, that's terrible.
This is the first 15 minutes of the movie. I know she's gonna get away. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be feeling here? She's the only character in this film that I'm supposed to give a shit about. This just highlights why the idea of this movie is shit. Let's just keep going. She keeps jumping from hiding spot to hiding spot until we finally get something good. She hides in the cadaver storages in the basement, and even though it's a terrible idea because there's no escape, but she ends up hiding in the same spot where they're hiding her fiance's corpse.
Jeez, that's terrible.
Nah, it's actually pretty gripping. But of course, when the killer sees her, some jabroni walks in and the killer turns his attention on him and kills him with the axe, and then drags his body away. Oh, and would you look at that? That gives her a chance to get out of there and run to her next hiding spot. Hey there, plot armor. I didn't know you'd be making a regular appearance today.
I was in the neighborhood.
So she makes it outside, not sure how, but we quickly see her running in the rain, and of course they know exactly where she got out of the hospital and just watch her run. Why are they so quick to kill other people, but for our gal, they just love dragging it on and watching her run? Hey, plot armor.
I was in the neighborhood.
So she's running barefoot in the rain and makes it to a horse track. One of the killers is already there, just watching her. Fuck knows how. Fast travel, maybe. I don't know. She gets surprised by an old woman pointing a gun at her, and our girl begs for help from the sheriff, and the old bat says that he won't help you, and then gets shot with a crossbow by Dollface. Our girl grabs the gun, fires one bullet, and it's already empty. What kind of hick town has residents that carry around guns with a single fucking bullet?
What is this, amateur hour?
So our girl misses, of course, and then runs to the stable. Dollface is close behind her with the chef's knife. I guess we are done with the crossbow. Ginger snaps, surprises her, and stabs her in the leg with a pitchfork, and then takes off running. Our gal gets to the road and sees a car coming, jumps in front of it, and one of the nurses from the hospital steps out of the car and picks her up along with her lady friend who is a former Marine. They offer to drive her to their place, but our girl is paranoid, and I don't blame her, cause these people have the people skills of a fucking toaster oven. They couldn't be more calm and cool about picking up a final girl who is on the run from serial killers, kind of forcing the impression that they're in on it. They stop the car because two guys are wandering around, and they get into the car because they are their roommates, and we see military chick pull out a hunting knife the size of your forearm to cut out a bit of an apple one time and place it down. This is a movie written by people who don't know knives or how to eat fucking apples. And after a few death stares by the guys, our fire crotch slips on some spare shoes in the back, puts a medkit in her jacket, grabs the knife, and leaps out of the car. She successfully hides from the world's most sussy Samaritans, and then the rain stops and the sun comes out. She sees that she has ripped her stitches and patches herself up, and I gotta give the actress some praise here. She's the only good thing about this movie. And no, I'm not saying that just because she's hot. Although, it kinda helps. She makes herself a little campfire. Meanwhile, our killers are able to find her bloody used gauze. How? Whatever. They go to a shed and let out some sort of man pigeon. I don't know, they don't show it, but we see this thing hauling ass like a berserker from Gears of War. Red bolts into an abandoned car, you know, the ones that are just in random places. The beast slams into the sides, shattering the windows, and then goes in it from the rear.
Giggity. What? Nothing, it's stupid.
Gets the trunk open, goes into the back of the car. Man, this thing really knows its cars. Our girl jumps out, and then we see that it's a 200-pound boar.
What? Oh, come on!
Where the fuck did this thing come from? So, she gets lucky and kills the fucking thing after it gnaws on her leg a bit. This is also a fuck ton of noise. The killers should be close, you know, tracking the boar's movements. They get to the spot and, of course, our mangled sunspot got away. Didn't know you were still here, plot armor.
I was in the neighborhood.
We get a flashback to the Scarecrow guy in Dollface with some piggies, and he says, I'm gonna train them to do so many things. Another girl easily gets the attention of young Scarecrow, and that causes young Dollface to walk away. She then easily catches a rat and kills it. What is this? And why do we need to see it after the boar scene? Oh, and before I forget, Dollface got stabbed in the leg or legs with a pitchfork and is not limping. It is so easy to shit on this movie. So Firecracker walks, don't know how, but she walks until she finds a cabin, and oh, would you look, it's the cabin from the first movie. How touching. She eats and drinks and gets some new clothes on because of course her shit is still there, and then grabs a chef knife. Cause of course she left the far superior knife behind after gutting that boar. She hears some walking around and gets ready to fight, only to see that it's a state trooper here to help her and investigate the sheriff for sucking ass at solving these murders.
What? Oh, come on!
Why are you here? At the closed off cabin? Shouldn't you be like at the hospital or the police station? Like anywhere else? So they get in his car and he gets sniped by Dollface with a crossbow. I guess she did have more bolts. She unloads another into the hood of the car, and Copper, okay, I'm running out of redhead nicknames, I'll just call her by her real name, Maya. She takes off and the car slowly dies because I guess that bolt hit something vital, and she makes it probably only 2 miles before stopping off at another cabin and bangs on the door, and turns out it's the house of the Sussy Samaritans.
What a coincidence.
We scene jump to her waking up in a bed all stitched up, and it's nighttime again. We do get a full-on underwear shot. Okay, maybe this is a decent movie. The in-your-face asshole guy comes into the room and gets in her face and talks about his smiley face neck tattoo. She keeps eyeballing it. I don't recall it being a thing in the first movie, but maybe it was. Who the fuck knows, cause ain't nobody going back to rewatch the first movie to verify. He says that he got it at a teen church trip a few years back, and apparently everyone has them. Seems like this is gonna come up later. The friendly nurse chick comes into the room and gives her her phone back, which makes our girl ease up a bit, and they know that she's been through a lot. You would think that if they actually knew that, they would be 100 times nicer than this. Yeah, they are doing her a solid, but they really need to work on their delivery. We get a scene of the EMT coming in and getting gas at the gas station like from the first movie, and of course the gas station guy follows protocol and acts like a fucking serial killer to a total stranger. This is a fucking weird ass town. Back at the cabin, Tattoo is asking her asshole questions while holding a knife. Fucking really, dude? He tells her that this has been going on for years, there's been like 10 to 15 murders, and she asks why, and he says, does there have to be a why? Dude, have your next tattoo be on your forehead saying that you're a serial killer, just so everybody knows what you are about. What kind of answer is that to some poor chick that just survived multiple attacks? So he fucks off to go driving, cause he's drunk. His military roommate tries to stop him, but he ain't gonna let some bitch tell him to not drink and drive. And seconds later, and I really mean this, seconds later, her phone loses service and Dollface tries to barge into the room. How? And then younger Dollface starts singing a lullaby behind Maya. Man, teleportation powers must be cool. Maya stabs her with some scissors and then gets away. She's in the living room, and then we see the military chick and the nurse tied up and stabbed like her fiance from the first movie.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
When did this happen? Wouldn't she have heard these two being tortured or at least fighting back? Seriously, like 60 seconds have passed from Maya seeing the military chick outside to finding her tied up and stabbed. The storyboarding of this film is a fucking train wreck. She gets outside and sees the other roommate's body and the MT car. She runs to the car that automatically opens as she approaches. I wonder if this is bad. Oh, Dollface is in the driver's seat. They fight and Maya stabs Dollface in the cheek or ear with some scissors, turns the car on and takes off. And of course Dollface wakes up and then they fight again. Maya puts on her seatbelt like a good girl and flips the car.
Hang on!
Dollface went through the windshield and Maya gets out to almost unmask her, but the special red truck comes, so she hides. Scarecrow bends down and takes off her mask, caresses it, okay, and then starts caressing her. We get another flashback of them as kids. He is playing a knock at the door game with the blonde bitchy girl at their school. He knocks on a playhouse door and asks, is Tamara there? She opens the door and kisses him. She wants to do it again and all the other kids leave, and young Dollface knocks and asks if Tamara is there, and then as she opens the door, young Dollface beats the girl to death with a rock. And of course this movie doesn't show it.
Pussy!
We see the grown-ups rushing over to our young serial killers as a swimming pool amount of blood is pouring onto the ground. They then draw with their fingers a smiley face in it. We come back to the present and we see Maya watching Scarecrow caress dead Dollface and the screen cuts to black. To be continued.
Fuck you, blow me.
Oh, and before I blow a blood vessel, there is a mid-credits scene that's a trailer for the third movie. Like anybody cares. This is such a shit movie. What else is there to say? It's just a movie of a girl going from one place to a car, to another place, to a car, to another place, to another car, and then the movie ends. Was this really worth it? Could this story really not be wrapped up in 2 movies? Or 1? All of the acting sucks except from Maya. Every character is made out to be a potential serial killer, and if that's true, why are mostly locals getting killed and not just the tourists? Our killers have unlocked fast travel, auto lock, and perfect level sneak.
Being on patrol is boring.
George, help me! What are you doing?
The wild boar comes out of nowhere. I don't give a shit about the backstory of the serial killers, especially when it's just kids who started killing at a super young age and nothing else. There's no tension in this film because we only follow one character. Anybody who is obviously not a killer gets killed like 30 seconds after we meet them, and the people who are kinda sussy get killed minutes later. There is nothing of value in this film, even if you like slashers over supernatural evil or monstrous kind of horror movies. This is a shit slasher. You want a good one? Watch Hard Eyes. My review is on my channel and it's on Netflix right now. Keep it spooky, for we are in spooky times.